YouTube, what up? It's your boy Mars M9. No intro today, no outro for this video. I'm just gonna get straight into it. We're gonna be doing predictions. Clash at the Castle 2022. Alright. Starting off with Edge and Rey Mysterio versus the Judgment Day. This match, I have a little theory for this match, all right? So first off, I'm going to pick my winner, which is the Judgment Day. Under these terms, though, right when you think Dominic Mysterio is going to turn on his father in Edge and join the Judgment Day during this match, you're going to see the new member of the Judgment Day pop up. Give me 1 second. I need a little bit of lighting. Boom. Just a little bit. That's all I needed. You're going to see the newest member of the Judgment Day pop up, and that will be either Dominic Dijakovic or AJ Styles. I got my money on Dominic Dijakovic because before the match, Finn's going to say something about Dominic is joining. Dominic is joining. But it ain't that Dominic. It's Dominic Dijakovic. Next, the Intercontinental Champion, the Ring General, Gunther, versus the Celtic Warrior, Sheamus, for the Intercontinental title. So, on Smackdown, they showed us glimpses of Butch returning to Pete Dunne. I think Clash at the Castle is the perfect time for the Bruiserweight to become the Bruiserweight. I was watching the Cultaholic pitches, and yeah, I could see something happens where Pete Dunne turns on Sheamus and be like, I'm done. Pete Dunne. You know? Something like that. That'd be cool. But the winner of that match, I have Gunther retaining. Like, even though it'll be a feel-good moment for Sheamus to win the Intercontinental title and not only become Grand Slam champion, but complete the entire cycle of the main roster. I don't think it's time yet. I think he will do it, but I don't think Clash at the Castle is the time because Gunther is too hot right now for for them to, do what they do. Yeah. Next, we have Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, and Bayley. Alexa Bliss, Bianca Belair, and Asuka versus Bayley, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky, aka Damage Control. This is a tough one, but they need momentum back, so I have Damage Control taking the win. But my theory is, so a lot of people are speculating that Alexa Bliss and Asuka will be taken out and Sasha Banks and Naomi will replace them. I have a slightly different theory. I think that something will cause Alexa Bliss not to be able to compete. Because look, we need Bianca versus Bayley, right? That's the main course of all of this. We need Asuka versus Io. Like that's just a given. Two of the greatest Japanese women wrestlers of all time. But we don't need Alexa Bliss and Dakota. What we need is Cardiff's own Tegan Knox versus Dakota Kai. So I'm predicting that someone does something to Alexa and Tegan Knox replaces her, but I still have Damage Control winning. Next, Seth Rollins versus Max Riddle. Got his first name back. Hallelujah. Yeah. Even though, so here's my thing, right? Okay. Matt Riddle is a UK indie guy. No matter how you want to say it, Matt Riddle is a UK indie guy. You already have Tegan pretty much taking an L on the card within my predictions. So it wouldn't be right for Matt to also take that L. But he is going to take that L. It's either going to be Seth Rollins win or there be a no contest. I don't have much more to say on that match except I hope that it is a brutal one. Next, the Smackdown Women's Championship. Liv Morgan versus Shayna Baszler. This is a tough one for me because I really want to see Shayna Baszler as champion. Like, I know if you look at some of my past videos from way back, I was shit talking Shayna as the NXT Women's Champion. But I'm older now, and I can like proudly say Shayna Baszler is second, if not the best NXT Women's Champion of all time, behind or even in front of Asuka. But Liv needs a clean win. She needs to win this match. Liv really needs to win, or else her reign just falls under shit McMahon booking. Even though I really want Shayna to win, I'm gonna have to go Liv Morgan, getting a clean win over Shayna Baszler. Because if she doesn't get if she does win but not a clean win, her title reign continues to fall under shit Vince booking. And last on the card is the undisputed WWE Universal Championship, Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre. All right, I did a lot of thinking with this match. I came up with a lot of different theories. Main theory was Sami Zayn ended up costing the title. The other theory was cashing in Money in the Bank on one of the titles mid-match, taking it out of the equation, and then it becoming Drew versus Roman for the remainder of the match. But I'm like, that also doesn't make sense. And then I was like, what else could there really be? And then I remembered, I did some research. I remember there being a 2 falls match. First fall for one title, second fall for the other. First fall, something happens, causes a disqualification. Roman tries to be happy. Adam Pearce or someone comes out, no. It's not going down like this. This match will be restarted as a 2 falls match. First fall for the Universal title, second fall for the WWE title. Roman Reigns takes the first fall, retains the Universal title. Drew McIntyre, to finish off the show, gets the second fall and wins the WWE title. Let's do it. I think that's the best way to go about it. And he wins. Drew wins that second fall because of Sami Zayn costing the bloodline. You know what? Let's keep it going. You know, I was gonna do them in multiple videos. Let's just do it all in one video. Next, let me search it up. Let me get the card. All right. Next, we have NXT Worlds Collide. Kicking off, Gallus versus Pretty Deadly versus the Creed Brothers versus Briggs and Jensen. So, WWE is really hot on NXT for the brand NXT is really hot on the Creeds and Diamond Mine. But there's a lot of dissension going on in Diamond Mine, but I think that dissension will be fixed with a call up to the main roster because Roderick Strong really needs to be called up, and I can see Roderick Strong being a heavy contender for one of the mid-card titles. And bringing Diamond Mine with him as a heel faction will do him justice. So I think Diamond Mine will be repaired and called up to the main roster, so delete them out of this picture. Pretty Deadly, they're a pretty fun team, but I do think they will be used for NXT Europe. Brooks and Jensen, let's hold them back. Gallus, now this team is close to my heart. Like I do see them winning this. I can see them winning this, but I do think they could also do a lot of bigger things on the main roster. considering some of their ages, like Mark Coffey, Joe Coffey, Wolfgang. Like these guys, these guys are legends to me. So with that being said, I am picking what most will consider the wild card team here, and I say Josh Briggs and Brooks Jensen. I feel like I said their names wrong a few times in this, but yeah, Josh Briggs and Brooks Jensen, I see them taking the W here, and walking out as the undisputed NXT Tag Team Champions. Next, we have Katana Chance and Kaden Carter versus Nikki ASH and Doudrop for the NXT Women's Tag Team Championships. Now, what a better place for Nikki ASH and Doudrop to revert to Piper Nivens and Nikki Cross than where it all started in NXT, in the realm of NXT. I don't see them winning though. I see Katana Chance and Kaden Carter winning. This is a big payoff for these two women that have, busted their ass in NXT for years, whether people know it or not. And I was like really hot on these two for a while, thinking that they would be, brought into the main NXT tag team main women's tag title mix. But yeah, I have Katana Chance and Kaden Carter winning and retaining the NXT women's tag titles. But I do see Nikki ASH and Doudrop reverting to Piper Nivens and Nikki Cross, causing a massive eruption in the Performance Center. Next, Carmelo Hayes versus Ricochet for the NXT North American Championship. Can I say, I think this may well be match of the night for Worlds Collide. I see Carmelo Hayes retaining, but his next challenger will probably be the one that beats him. I can't tell you who his next challenger is. Well, I can tell you. It'll probably be Noam Dar. His next challenger will probably be Noam Dar. He'll probably grab a mic after beating Ricochet. See, I beat the second ever North American champion. I beat a SmackDown superstar. Who's next? Boom, 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 boom. Noam Dar, the Heritage Cup champion, comes out and says, "I'm next." And a few nights later on NXT TV, Noam Dar takes the North American champion and becomes the undisputed NXT mid-card champion, whatever you want to call it. But Carmelo Hayes does retain against Ricochet in what will be match of the night. Next, a triple threat match for the NXT to become the NXT undisputed women's champion. We have NXT women's champion Mandy Rose taking on NXT UK women's champion, the legendary Meiko Satomura, and one of my personal favorites in the entire business, formerly known to me as B. Priestley. To most, it's B. Priestley. To a lot of people, it's B. Priestley. But of recent years, Blair Davenport. I have Meiko taking the win here. I think it's time for Mandy Rose to go back to the main roster and Toxic Attraction to take that main roster by storm and beef up the women's tag team division and the women's division in general. I think someone like Mandy Rose being on like the SmackDown roster, challenging Liv Morgan and stuff like that I think that will be like, pretty good. And finally, we have Braun Breaker versus Tyler Bate to become undisputed NXT champion. Tyler Bate, the only two-time NXT UK champion, pretty much the final NXT UK champion, and he was the first ever NXT UK champion, in my opinion. Okay? This is not in most opinion. This is not on paper, obviously, because they no longer could. They at one point we're gonna consider it a world title, but to me, it is still a world title because it is the main title of a WWE brand. So, the youngest world champion in WWE history is Tyler Bate versus Braun Breaker, Rex Steiner, the son. Well, Bronson Rick Steiner, the son of Rick Steiner, the nephew of legendary Scott Steiner. The Steiner brothers, that guy. Okay. I also have Tyler Bate winning this because there is no way in hell, because with my prediction of Clash at the Castle splitting up both of the world titles, there's no way in hell you don't use Braun Breaker on the main roster. Even with the mid-card beefing up the way it is, you need Braun Breaker on the main roster. There's no way you keep this man in NXT. In my opinion, even though he has had a quote-unquote dominant run, it's been lackluster. His title reigns have meant nothing. There's been no true storytelling in any of his challenges. His best challenge to date was the Dolph Ziggler thing, where he lost the title and became a 2-time NXT champion. I don't see Braun Breaker continuing to be in NXT because I don't see him continuing to be NXT champion because there's been no true storytelling in any of his matches, and I think he would be better suited right now as a workhorse champion, a workhorse guy in the mid-card division as an upper mid-carder on the main roster. And I see Tyler Bate carrying the torch of NXT for the foreseeable future. Yeah. So next, we're going to get on to AEW's All Out. All right, now for AEW All Out 2022. On the pre-show, we have the FTW Championship. Hook the champion versus challenger Angelo Parker. Not much to say about this match, but I see Hook winning, red rumming him, making him tap out or pass out. The sports entertainer versus a wrestler, that vibe. Next, which I know why they put this on the Hiro show. They're gonna catch attention because that pre-show is overlapping with Worlds Collide. We have Eddie Kingston versus Tomohiro Ishii. Eddie Kingston's been involved in a lot of drama. So I can't see Eddie winning this match as punishment, and there obviously hasn't been much build because originally this match was supposed to be Eddie Kingston versus Sammy Guevara, but we know why that was canceled because of the drama. So I see Tomohiro Ishii getting the win over Eddie Kingston on the pre-show. Next, the AEW All Atlantic Championship. Pac, the Bastard, defending against the underrated Kip Sabian. This autograph picture right here predicted it all. Time equals change. It's inevitable. He's the change, and he's inevitable. I didn't really get it until now. I didn't get it until now. When he gave me that, and the way he signed it, I didn't get it. But now I do. And I'll be the first to say, I have a personal soft spot for Kip Sabian. This dude is he's such a good guy. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I have the wrong thing up. Boom, there we go. Sorry. Y'all didn't see that. Hashtag y'all didn't see that. I have such a soft spot for Kip Sabian. And Pac being in a trio with Penta and Phoenix, I can see them being contenders for the trios title, and him being All Atlantic champion was obviously, kind of a thing for him to get his big payoff per se. I see Kip Sabian taking the win here, becoming All Atlantic Championship, because it's more suiting and more fitting for Kip Sabian to be AEW All Atlantic Champion. Because especially considering that Pac is a main guy on TV, on AEW television. Next, on to the main card, House of Black versus Darby Allin, Sting, and Miro. I have a weird one about this match. This match is a weird one to me. So I'm just going to kind of bypass having to give an actual prediction. I see this match ending in a DQ. The House of Black, gets caught spraying mist, whatever. Julia Hart getting ready to do something to Miro. Lights go out. Lights come back on. CJ Perry in the ring. Big pop, big brawl. Move on to the next match. Ricky Starks versus Powerhouse Hobb. this build has been one of my favorites so far. Out of all of these, like obviously there's some that I've liked a lot more, but this right here, Ricky Starks versus Powerhouse Hobbs. Um, I have Powerhouse Hobbs winning, giving Ricky a nice little setback to rebuild or something, because they need Powerhouse Hobbs to win to kind of solidify what he's saying of him like kind of carrying Ricky Starks. But Ricky Starks is a future main eventer, so you need him to, kind of do his thing, and rebuild back up on his own. So yeah, I have Powerhouse Hobbs taking the win there. Next, Christian Cage versus Jungle Boy. I think this is the no-brainer. Jungle Boy takes this win, but that build has been months in advance, and the head father's being talked about, being broke, wife, kids. What I hated is Jungle Boy called Christian broke, and Christian responded with, "I'm here to make money." But beautiful build nonetheless. Jungle Boy taking a win. Next, a match that I wish was 2 matches. Wardlow and FTR versus Jay Lethal and the Motor City Machine Guns. One of my top 3 favorite tag teams of all time. Yes, one of my top 3. My top 3 tag teams are the Hardy Boys, Beer Money, and the Motor City Machine Guns. At me if you want to. TNA was killing the game with tag team wrestling at one point, and you can't tell me I'm wrong. But yeah, Jay Lethal and the Motor City Machine Guns versus Wardlow and FTR. This should have been 2 matches: FTR versus MCMG and Wardlow versus Jay Lethal. But nevertheless, I have Jay Lethal and the Guns winning this, setting up a rematch for Jay Lethal versus Wardlow for the TNT title that Jay Lethal wins. Next, TBS Championship, Jade Cargill versus Athena. Now, this match could have been better. This match could have been built better. Athena could have been booked better as a viable challenger and someone that probably could have won. But I don't think it has been. Tony Khan's booking has been shaky lately. I won't lie to you, because he's been trying to grab ratings and shit. But I'm banking on Jade Cargill winning, but knowing Tony Khan's booking, Athena will probably win this because he's looking for ratings, even though Jade Cargill is ratings. So I'm going with Jade Cargill. But Tony Khan I don't understand what he's been doing. Next, I guess it's Casino ladder match or whatever, the all-out ladder match. Claudio Castagnoli versus Rey Fenix versus Rush versus Dante Martin versus Andrade El Idolo versus Penta Oscuro versus Wheeler Yuta versus a mystery opponent. That mystery opponent. There's 3 people I have in mind. One person I know for a fact it is. 3 people I have in mind. W. Morrissey, who made his AEW return / official debut this past Wednesday. I have a few actually. Could be Samoa Joe, who hasn't been seen in a little bit. Could be MJF, which I'm not gonna say it's him because I have a different idea. Could be Enzo. Doubt it though. Could be Wyndham Rotunda. But my money is on W. Morrissey being the mystery entrant. But as for the winner, that will be Dante Martin. 100% Dante Martin. With a surprise win with the most surprising wins of all surprising wins. Next, the AEW World Trios Championship. Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks, aka the Elite, versus who we now know is the Dark Order with Hangman Page. This is going to be an interesting one. A really interesting one. And my prediction to win. I'm not going to give any of my theories on this because like my theories are all like somewhat stolen and kind of conflicting and doesn't all make sense. So I'm just going to straight up say my prediction for the winners of this match: Hangman and the Dark Order. The Dark Order boys, they got to get some type of payoff. It's been too long. And Hangman, even though he has had his world title match, I think he needs his world title run. I do think he needs some type of first ever in the company. So I think this is going to be that first ever for Hangman Page. Next, a toss-up, if I said less. The AEW World Tag Team Championships. Swerve in Our Glory defending against the Acclaim. This is a toss-up match. This match can go to either side, but I think Swerve in Our Glory have a lot more to do with these tag titles. And the Acclaimed is currently going at it with the Ass Boys, who will probably cost them. So my pick to win this is Swerve in Our Glory. The Acclaimed will get the titles down the line now. Next, for the interim AEW's Women's Championship, Toni Storm versus Jamie Hayter versus Hikaru Shida versus Britt Baker. I have two picks here, and my picks are not Toni Storm nor Britt Baker. My picks are either Hikaru Shida or Jamie Hayter. Jamie Hayter, because you can further a story, a Wardlow and MJF-esque story with Jamie Hayter and Britt Baker, one that will actually pay off properly. Or Hikaru Shida, because Hikaru Shida as AEW Women's Champion it's just exciting. I'm gonna be honest. It's really, I love Hikaru Shida as AEW Women's Champion. So yeah, that's how we going. Next, Bryan Danielson versus Chris Jericho. Bryan Danielson takes his win. Daniel Garcia joins Blackpool Combat Club. Neither here nor there. No more questions asked. Jericho Appreciation Society comes out to jump Danielson after the match. They're outnumbered. Even Wheeler and Claudio try to help. Mox can't help because he has his matchup next. And Daniel Garcia comes in and he turns on the Jericho Appreciation Society, joining the BCC. Finally, match number 11. AEW World Championship, Jon Moxley versus CM Punk. CM Punk wins. And he turns heel in Chicago. People have to think about this. People are like, oh, CM Punk can't turn heel in Chicago. It's CM Chicago. It's Punk Chicago. Oh, look, what about that promo with him and Ace Steel that he cut? No. That promo was all bullshit. It was a whole setup. CM Punk turns heel in Chicago. The man was a fucking heel. Like, people like, oh, you can't have Punk be a heel in Chicago. It's his hometown. No, dude was a fucking heel in 2011 when he beat Cena. Hello? Are you motherfuckers forgetting that? Punk was a heel when he beat Cena in 2011 for the WWE title in Chicago. They're gonna cheer him regardless. But as soon as they get out of Chicago, he's getting his ass booed. And he's winning that title with the help of MJF. He's aligning with MJF. I've seen a lot of other predictions saying the same exact thing. I had this theory a while ago. MJF and Punk, ratings. Tony Khan needs ratings. So who needs to come back? MJF. And who should he align with? CM Punk. You need CM Punk and MJF on your TV screens at the same time at all times in order to really draw those max ratings. And eventually it will become where MJF turns on Punk, wins the AEW title. Yeah. But those are my predictions for Clash at the Castle, Worlds Collide, and All Out. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Yeah, sorry that I'm getting these to you late, but you know, complications. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Until next time, peace.